Hello everyone, my name is Walter, and today I am going to teach you how to write a professional, basic English email. So let's get started. So today we are going to do 4 parts to our basic email. First, the appropriate title. Second, how to address the person you are writing the email to. Next, a clear and short way to introduce yourself in an email. And finally, how to end that basic email. So are you ready? Let's get started. So starting with the subject or title of your email. Now, this should not be too long. 50 characters, more clear, catchy, and basically describing the outline or purpose of your email. So in our example, we have catalog request for ABC product. Now, the full sentence would probably sound something like, could I get a catalog request of the ABC product line? It's a little bit too long and unnecessary. So I would cut it down to the main point and an action. Another example might be job application, as well as try out Doodle's newest product. So we're looking at the product, there's a main point and there's an action to it. That's the best way, I think, to write a great subject line. So next we need to talk about addressing someone. And what I mean is by calling, what should we call them, right? Should we call them by their first name? Should we call them by their last name? Well, personally, if I'm emailing someone for the very first time, I will use dear, title, and full name. So title being Mr., Mrs., Professor, etc. This is a professional start and used quite frequently. However, I will only use it once and only at the very beginning. If I contact that person again on a different matter, I will simply use hi instead of dear. And I will reduce their full name to just their first name. So in many English-speaking countries, it is okay to use someone's first name to address them. I would recommend using titles such as Mr., Mrs., Professor for people you would consider professionally higher than you. Otherwise, I would feel free to use just their first name. However, if you're not sure, use Mr., Mrs., etc. But when you receive the email, take note of how they finish their email. Look at the bottom, and if they sign it with just their first name, then feel free to use it like that from now on. So, as an example, Dear Miss Amy Hong. Now, if I continuously speak to her, I would simply say, Hi Amy, as a continuous email. Or Dear Director Lee. Now, if he's a director, I would probably continuously use Director Lee because I believe he's higher than me in a professional status. So just a quick review, remember? For introductions, dear, title, full name. But after that, feel free to use their first name. Next, we'll talk about introducing yourself and also your company in the email. Now, you want to keep your introduction very simple. One sentence is enough, and you're not going for an interview, so there's no need to brag. An example would be the one in our book. I'm John Kim, an assistant purchasing manager at Doodle LLC. Another example, I'm Walter Lee, an assistant manager at company name, example. Now, if I say an assistant manager, that gives me the impression, or gives the reader the impression, there's probably more than one assistant manager. But if I say the assistant manager, it might give them the impression that there's only one assistant manager. So, very simple, not too long. And it's the same with introducing your company. You should be very clear, but simple as well. Tell them what kind of company you are. So, as an example, our company is a clothes manufacturing company in Seoul, South Korea. Very simple. Now, if you want them to know more about your company, leave a link to your website, social media page, or anything that will show them full information about your company. You want to keep your introduction very simple, one sentence. As I said, you're not going for an interview. And last but not least is the signature. Now, how are you going to finish the email? Now, if it's a first email, I try to keep it professional. Example, best regards, kind regards, thank you, sincerely, etc. And then I would add my name and title. Example, assistant manager or marketing manager, Walter Lee, etc. Now, however, when I am talking to the person a lot through email, I will sometimes finish off the email more casually. Many thanks, cheers, have a good day, have a good weekend. And then I would just add my first name, or the way I would like to be called from now on. So in our book, we have best regards, Roy, and then there's also Korean underneath, which is okay. Feel free to also put Korean if you'd like to as well. Kind regards, Jessica Jung. Something like that. Very simple. So that is our lesson on a basic English email. Please make sure to take a look at the book, and we'll see you on lesson 2 for some more ways of creating English emails.